The sun rises over a worn-out neighborhood. Inside a weathered home, the smell of toast fills the air. Cracked walls, second-hand furniture, but laughter echoes faintly in the corners. The Miller family starts their day.
Clara, pouring tea in the mismatched cups, and that piece is worth more than gold.
Pouring tea into mismatched cups.
And that piece is worth more than gold.
Staring out the window. I don't want to live like this forever. I want more. A mansion, a new car, real money.
Leo, we're not poor. We just don't measure wealth the same way others do.
David offers Leo a small wooden toy bird hand-carved with care.
Made this for you, son.
Leo barely looks at it.
One day you'll understand how valuable the little things are.
One day I'll have everything, no matter what it takes.
Years slip by. Leo Miller, now in college, has traded wooden toys for designer watches, but his hunger for wealth only grows deeper. The warm values taught at home begin to fade beneath his ambition.
At a business seminar, Leo meets Brandon Collins, the smooth-talking, cocky son of a real estate tycoon.
Why waste years grinding when you can earn in weeks?
What's the catch?
No catch. Just shortcuts. Fast cash. I know the right people, the right moves. You in?
Leo hesitates, but the glitter of wealth wins. He begins skipping lectures, sneaking into risky investment circles. Crypto, gambling, gray market stocks. It all looks exciting and effortless. Soon, Leo's life transforms. He trades his old phone for the latest model, his shoes for Italian leather, his books for flashy parties. One weekend, Sophie surprises him at his luxury apartment. The doorman hesitates, not recognizing her modest clothes.
Leo, where's all this coming from?
I'm finally living the life I was meant for.
Or living inside a trap you don't see yet?
She notices the unfamiliar gleam in his eyes, the kindness fading behind ambition.
This isn't you. What would Mom and Dad say?
They're still living in the past. I've moved on.
Sophie leaves, heartbroken, sensing the distance growing between them, not in miles, but in morals. Leo, now fully consumed by ambition, joins Collins and Company, the real estate empire run by Brandon's powerful father, Gerald Collins. Impressed by Leo's boldness, Gerald brings him into the inner circle quickly.
Gerald, in this game, morals are expensive. You want success. You better be ready to pay the price.
Leo nods, eager to rise. Soon he's helping the firm forge property documents, push illegal land deals, and evict low-income families under false pretenses.
Leo, you're ruthless. I like that.
I don't have time to be soft. Soft people stay poor.
He gains instant rewards, bonus checks, designer suits, VIP invitations. He cuts off ties with childhood friends who question his choices. Birthdays, holidays, and phone calls from home are all ignored. Holding his phone.
He doesn't pick up anymore.
Maybe he's just busy.
No, he's not busy. He's lost, and he doesn't want to be found.
Back in the city, Leo buys a glass-walled luxury apartment overlooking the skyline. He throws grand parties with champagne, influencers, and fake smiles. He posts pictures with captions like "Hustle Harder" and "Built Not Bought," ironically forgetting everything that was built for him, with love and sacrifice. But in the shadows of his lavish life, consequences quietly begin to form. News breaks. A massive investigation is launched into Collins and Company for real estate fraud, money laundering, and document forgery. Under pressure, Gerald Collins turns on Leo to protect himself.
What? You said this was all clean.
Nothing is clean in this game, buddy. You just got caught.
In a swift move, Leo is arrested. Police raid his luxury apartment, seizing every item: cars, cash, watches, even the framed photos he faked for image.
Leo Miller, once a rising star in real estate, now faces up to 15 years in prison for large-scale fraud.
Behind bars, Leo finally sees the faces he forgot, his family. Sophie visits, sadness in her eyes.
This is the price of greedy, Leo. Are you ready to pay it?
Leo sits silently, tears falling. The empire he built on lies had crumbled, taking everything real with it. Leo stands silently in the courtroom as the judge delivers the verdict: 15 years in federal prison. Brandon and his father walk out of the courtroom untouched, grinning after cutting a deal and paying a massive fine. Behind cold bars and steel doors, Leo begins to understand the real cost of his ambition.
I had everything, and I traded it for nothing.
Gone are the designer suits and lavish dinners. Now, he wears an orange uniform and eats in silence. At first, he is angry, then ashamed. He begins to read. He tutors other inmates. He apologizes when no one asks him to.
You don't belong here.
I didn't, but I chose this path. Now I'm walking it.
He writes letters to his parents and sister begging forgiveness. No reply.
Maybe I deserved their silence. Maybe I needed to heal.
One night, he sees a younger inmate crying in the corner and gives him a book to read.
This helped me. Maybe it'll help you too.
For the first time in years, Leo doesn't feel greedy. He feels human.
Maybe this is where I rebuild. Not what I had, but who I am.
After 3 long years, a letter finally arrives for Leo. Sophie's handwriting brings a rush of emotions: hope, pain, and a chance for redemption. Voiceover: You hurt us deeply, Leo. But I believe people can change if they truly want to. Reading her words, Leo feels a spark reignite inside him. He pours himself into studying finance law, determined to understand the system he once abused and fix the damage he caused.
Using your time wisely, huh?
Trying to earn my forgiveness, and there's...
Back home, Clara's health is declining.
She misses Leo, even if she never says it.
He has to come back not as the greedy man who left, but as the son and brother we always loved.
Though the wounds run deep, a fragile hope for healing begins to grow within the Miller family. After serving 5 long years, Leo is finally released early for good behavior. He steps out of the prison gates with a heart full of mixed emotions: relief, regret, and a quiet hope. No cars are waiting. No friends are cheering. No flashing cameras follow. Just Leo, walking alone down the familiar streets he once tried to forget.
I used to drive Ferraris and live for luxury. Now, I'm walking home, ready to earn my peace, step by step.
At the Miller family home, Clara opens the door cautiously. For a moment, hesitation hangs in the air, then she embraces him tightly, tears welling in her eyes.
I waited for this day, even when I said I wouldn't.
We're not here to punish you anymore. Life has done that already.
So what now, Leo?
Now I live for something real.
That evening, they share a quiet dinner, gentle, healing, and together at last. Leo dedicates his new life to helping others avoid the pitfalls that once trapped him. He finds work at a nonprofit organization focused on protecting vulnerable families from scams and frauds, similar to the ones he was involved in. He visits local schools and community centers, speaking openly to young people about his past.
Were you really in jail?
Yes, and I deserved every day. But you don't have to repeat my mistakes.
Sophie joins him to start a podcast called The Price of Greedy, where they share real stories of struggle, greed, and redemption to inspire others. David watches proudly. He's finally building something that truly matters. Clara smiles softly, and this time it's with honesty and heart. Through patience, humility, and service, Leo slowly rebuilds his family's trust, proving that even the deepest wounds can heal with time and effort. Clara and Leo sit quietly in the backyard, now blossoming with potted plants and flowers, a symbol of new beginnings.
Funny how the richest you've ever been is when you have the least.
Because now I'm rich in truth, in family.
Sophie comes out, carrying a box filled with letters from children Leo has mentored.
These kids say your words saved them from walking your path.
David joins them on the porch.
Maybe it wasn't all for nothing after all.
They join hands, feeling the weight of their journey together.
Greed took everything from me, but humility gave me everything back, slowly, painfully, but truly.
And that's a story worth telling.
Final frame, the family sits watching the sunset, poor in wealth, but rich in grace and love. Greed may buy you a throne, but never peace. True wealth lies in the love you refuse to betray.